you would probably say, well, I'll let you answer this. Question stem versus stimulus first, classic question. But plenty of smart people on both sides of that debate. Where do you fall?
I mean, I am the biggest stan there is on stimulus first. I'd like pretty much as extreme as you can be. Like what is it, like -0 Kelvin? I don't know. Like absolute zero on stimulus first. And the reason for that is I believe that you're much more in control of your own destiny when you're in control of the analysis of the stimulus. The answer is in the stimulus, not in the answer choices. And I mean, let's just outline like what would happen. You read the question stem first. Okay, like I read the question stem first. I find out it's a strengthen question. I'm like, okay, strengthen, strengthen. I have this thought bubble going throughout my read of the stimulus. Suddenly, I'm not really focusing on my read because I have something else going on because I'm like, I'm reading it with strengthening in mind. Read it with analysis in mind, man. Like, read it to know what it says, read it to know what's wrong with it. The strengthening is not a big freaking deal. Like, you can switch your analysis into strengthen with like very little effort. But if I have that like strengthen distraction in the back of my head, like that shouldn't really affect how I'm reading premise two. Do you know what I mean? It isn't really going to aid me in terms of my understanding of premise two, my ability to analyze premise two. And then when I get to the end, if I haven't forgotten it, which like a lot of people may, okay, now I'm like, okay, now I read this and now I'm strengthening it. It like, for what? Do you know what I mean? When you can just do the exact same thing on every argument stimulus, like I don't really see the upside.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I think that you're right that when an argument contains a gap, as most of them do, then you do want to kind of look for that gap regardless of which question type you're dealing with.